Welcome. In this video, we'll work through some examples of permutations. Typically, you learn about permutations and combinations together. These are both closely related as they involve selecting a number of items from a larger group. The difference is whether or not order matters. In a combination, the order does not matter. For example, if we're picking two people to be partners on a project, it doesn't matter which one I pick first. In a permutation, the order does matter. So, for example, if I'm picking who gets to be the first person to bat, then the second, then the third, the order does matter. That's a permutation, which we will focus on today. Permutations and combinations both use factorials. This is abbreviated by the exclamation mark. A factorial means that we're going to multiply the number by all the digits lower than it, down to number 1. So 4 factorial is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. We'll look at what we do once we have that in our formula. So our formula for permutations is n factorial, where n is the number of items we have to choose from, divided by n minus r factorial, where r is the number of things we want to pick. Let's look at this example. Our problem is 8, pick 3. So n is our total number of items, so 8 factorial, divided by, on the bottom, we subtract those. So we want 8 minus 3 factorial. Let's write this out. So 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Don't just multiply this on your calculator. Some of these problems, it's going to get pretty big and your calculator can't handle it. Divided by, the bottom was 8 minus 3 factorial. Well, 8 minus 3 is 5. So 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. The reason we're writing this out is because now we can reduce this fraction. You may remember that if there's the number on the top and the bottom of the fraction, they're going to cancel out. So 1 divided by 1 is 1, 2 divided by 2, 3 divided by 3, 4 divided by 4, 5 divided by 5. So all of those cancel, and what I'm left with is 8 times 7 times 6. Now you can multiply that using your calculator. This equals 336. That means that if I have 8 objects to choose from, and I'm picking 3 in a particular order, there are 336 ways I could do this. Let's try a story problem. How many ways can we pick the club's president and vice president from the 9 members? So this is a permutation of 9, pick 2. Our formula is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. So 9 factorial divided by 9 minus 2 factorial, or 9 factorial divided by 7 factorial. We'll write those both out. So 9 factorial was 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 7 factorial. Again, we want to see what we can cross out. The same numbers in the top and the bottom, we're going to cancel it. So what we have left is 9 times 8, or 72. So there are 72 ways to pick a president and vice president from the 9 members.